Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 25. Today we are in the new map, the Seven Species Homestead map. Yes, indeed. One of the Ricci map series by Old Man 102. And it comes with what you see, less of course the MacDon pack, unless you have that. The only thing I've added was this little JD90 skid steer and this little Massey Ferguson skid steer. Beyond that, well, let's start, see what we get. Hope everybody's doing well today. It is the 17th of May, I believe. Indeed. And yeah, I'm bit of a rough start to the morning. Went out for my walk. It was beautiful till I reached just about NPR, and then a couple of drops of rain. 9 seconds later, an absolute torrential downpour, and it continued until I was back within about I don't know, 100 yards of the building that I live in. Yeah, so the entire 3 kilometers I got just hammered on. Even my poor trusty crow gave up. I gave him some crunchies, and yeah, he followed me about another, I don't know, 100 yards, and then went, yeah, you're an idiot, and found somewhere nicer to be. Let's jump in. Here we are. Indeed. Here's our house. Yeah. It's up to our usual standards. We've got a shed back here with a little bit of kit in it. As you can see, nothing super modernistic. We've got beater roller, little beater plow, a seeder. We've got a tiny trailer. We've got my favorite wheel loader. Well, we're going to call it a tractor. And look at this little Massey Ferguson harvester. I love the roof. It's like, hey, look what I found. I'm going to weld it to the harvester. I don't know. Alright, let's have a look at the actual map. Okay, we own this. Field 7. Okay. No, we don't want crop types. There we are. So we own 6 and 7. Okay. One thing to understand, the stuff here is expensive. Like if I wanted to buy the plot next door, $261,000. This field, $203,000. That's the only field I believe on the map. Oh no, there is some more down here. How much is this little? Yeah. They all include the big square, not like our last one where you could actually buy fields individually. Not the one we're on now, not the Alone in the World. Here's all your production sites and stuff like that, all down this end. This is a mining area. And these little sections aren't quite as pricey. So you can actually get into them. So that's what we're dealing with. Now, as for ways to get a little bit of money happening, that's sort of where this thing comes in. We've got a little bit of a coal deposit here, and we've got the little proppy hopper for grass, because this is a, I guess, compost facility. Oh, that's a sawmill. Okay, I thought there was a composting sort of thing. Oh, here it is. Composter. Which takes grass, stones, bunch of stuff. Wood chips. Right, then we've got the sawmill, which takes coal and wood chips. Not sure where we get the wood chips. and we'll make either mulch or rockwood charcoal. We've got a greenhouse with some mushrooms. Materials missing. They require compost. And then we've got a little firewood place. So now hopefully the values have been bumped up on them a little bit since we have so little to start with. Yeah, unfortunately a good portion of our property is wasted with a puddle. I hesitate to call anything so overrun with reeds a lake. Lots of trees to cut down, although we don't have a chainsaw. Yeah. Then we've got this, a water trailer and a Volvo. And that takes us to our silo, our shroom house, and the composter. Now, the reason that I included those little loaders was for things like this. We're going to want the loader with the little hammer attach them all. Alright, and then we can get rid of this stuff. I believe we can chip away at the coal. Seeing as I don't seem to have a pickaxe, and I don't think a chainsaw would do it. So yeah, that's kind of what we get. So first thing we're going to do is proppy hop our way to a little bit of grassy goodness and get the compost thing running. So let's jump in. Brought my scooter down. There we are. Okay. Let's crank her up. You don't have access to this land? What? What are you talking about? Oh, we are right on the edge of it, okay. My apologies. Just follow along. Let's take her over and tip her down. Where's the tip? Here we go. An entire 1,200 liters. Woohoo! Alright. Wow, that thing empties slow. Now, map links. At the moment I don't have one. He doesn't put any of his maps up on the mod hub. I don't know why, but he just plain doesn't. The only way I've ever found links to them is to, because we've known each other for a while, at least through the YouTube thing. Is through his social media, which is where I got the link when I logged in last night. He had announced that it was available, and you basically have to go to a Google Drive site and download the files. Now, next time I actually see a post with a link in it, I will add it to this. It's kind of self-defeating because, I mean, I'm sure a lot more people would like to play the maps, but when there's not really any sort of observable way to get a hold of them, that makes it a little difficult for everyone. But yeah, I will ASAP get the links and copy them for you. I suppose we should make sure that thing's actually doing production, eh? Should maybe pick up the grass a little closer to the composter. This driving back and forth takes longer than the actual filling of the hopper on the back of our Profi hopper. Yeah. Now, I believe there are contracts. You'd probably have to lease the equipment, as we don't have a whole heck of a lot. I wouldn't want to do a field load with this thing, just because of the amount of times you have to empty it, right? Alright, let's see if it's composting, shall we? Alright, compost. We've got a little bit of grass, so... Okay. Yeah, this should have some kind of label thing going on. Oh well. Just so we know, I mean, we don't need it doing all of these others, you know? Frankly. But, there we are. It is going. And, yeah. We are getting some compost. So yeah, let's stick a little closer to home here. Now, do these guys require from us anything? Other than choosing what sort of mushroom we would like. And in this case, we will be going for oyster. So we need water. We're going to deactivate that. And we're going to go with the oyster. So we do need water for these things. So let's grab this guy. Hopefully we don't have to actually pay for water. I hate paying for water. I know it's a thing, but ooh, it's full. That's a good start. Our mighty Volvo tractor. This is, of course, the pride of our fleet. Okay. Am I not going to get... Oh. The water. There we go. The water trigger. Okay. Now that field over there is not ours, so... Well, does this cost us money? No, it doesn't. It's free water. Awesome. Good to see. That thing holds 3,200 liters, eh? Nice. I thought it was going to be like the Profi hopper, and we were lucky to get over 1,000. Right on. Well, it does require a bit of compost. Where's the Audi? Well, I guess right here. Okay. Oops. Yeah, born in a mushroom greenhouse? No, but I am often treated like a mushroom. Okay. So, let's get you live. Clean up around our greenhouses a little bit. A greenhouse, sorry. So we start with the usual new farmer amount of money, 100K. Which, yeah, I know, in real life that's a good amount of money to start your day with. Of course, when property is $250,000 a plot, and, well, we know the price of farm equipment, and it ain't cheap. No, that's the whole reason I added mods for the skid steer instead of using the in-game ones. The mods are cheaper. Yeah. Unfortunately, as none of the skid steer mods include the jackhammer, they include all kinds of buckets and, you know, bag lifters and every obscure piece of, oh, this is still cutting, but it's not picking up. I forgot about that. It's not like it'll just leave a swath and you can go back and get it. It will literally mow the entire country without thinking about it. So I'm going to throw 5 loads in here. This is number 3. And then we'll see about other things. Let's go in cab. Yeah. Alright, fire it up. Yeah, no deer, no bear, nothing like that this morning. Unlike us foolish humans, they're smart enough to stay the heck home when the weather's like that. Worst days, I actually, as I do every morning, I actually looked at the weather forecast app, and it said it was going to rain this morning, but it said the rain would start about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah. It was not 9:30, 10 o'clock. It was just before 5:30. There we go. Alright, here's number 4. And one more, and that'll give us 6,000 liters in there. So, fire up. And we have a neater space around our greenhouse. I'm not sure, would you actually call these things greenhouses? They're certainly not traditional, being completely covered in dark, right? Generally you think of greenhouses as a place to allow the sun in without allowing the cold weather in, but these ones. They say keep them in the dark and feed them poop. Or in this case, keep them in the dark and feed them compost. Whoa! Now we're just being crazy. Alright. Last bouquet. Okay. Less what it's produced, we're doing alright. Let's go pop you back over here. Actually, let's just park you up over here, why not? Doesn't matter, it's not like you're going in a shed. Alright. So, let's purchase, for our amusement, skid steer loaders. So as you can see, the two that I loaded compared to the two that are in there, considerably cheaper. The little New Holland's not bad, but I mean, 20K more than this John Deere. The Massey, I believe, comes with quite a whack of tools. Doesn't really matter, there's not much I want for them at the moment. But let's get this guy. That's all good. I don't want to spend any more on it than I have to. So 15K, we will buy you. Okay, let's go to skid steer stuff. Skid steer tools. Here we go. We need... There we are, the most expensive piece of kit there is for these things, I believe. Yeah, no, yes. Alright, customize. I suppose we could paint it John Deere green, but I'm not going to pay for that crap. Yes. Okay, these are now available dans the shop. Do I know where that is? No, I don't. Do I think it's going to be a long drive back? Yes, I do. But, I mean, I could take the scooter down, but then I have to bring the scooter back. Don't imagine it's just conveniently right here. No. Alright, let's find it. Not you or you. There it is. Our little Johnny Deere. Alright. So this is, ooh, getting a lot of frame shock here. Holy cow. Ay, 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 ay. Here we are. Axles Tractor Center. Which I'm sure is in direct competition with Axel's tractor slightly to the left. Okay, that's just weird. Because... well, I guess there's no way I can, is there? Okay. Yeah. Other than the fact he's wearing boots. Slightly different hat. Now look at that. What a guy. Anyway. There you go. Now you've all met my brother. I don't remember his name. Alright, little Johnny dear. Okay. Where's my farm? We are there. We need to go here. Okay. And there doesn't appear to be any actual roads, even though there's a road here. Probably just as well we stay off the roads though, considering we do 13 km/h. And everybody else does more. So clear it is. Uh-oh. Hurry, 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 hurry. Alright, off we go. Oh my god, it feels even slower inside. Oh, the other thing we need to purchase right away is... here we are. One chainsaw. We'll go with our steel. Here we go. Sip of coffee. There we go. Does this lead to my farm by any chance? Kind of. It's more over there. But it will. It actually, you get up probably about where you can see that rectangular building, whatever it might be in the distance. And then you can hang a right, and that will take us to our farm. So there is roadage, but yeah, I don't know that it's going to make much of a difference in this thing. Man, I should have included the shop mod where you can place your shop where you need it. That's okay. We must be getting close. Oh my god. Alright, well. Just curl up here and take a little nap. Well, better yet, I'll come back when we get there. Alrighty. After many long weeks of struggle and travel, we have arrived at our destination. Oh, man. Alright, let's start by kapinging this thing, shall we? Go. And a pile of snow. Alright, so another one of these up here. This one a little buzz. There we go. Again, leaves a pile of stone. Now, I think, weirdly enough, that you do the same thing to this giant pile of log. I think. There we go. And it leaves a pile of wood chips. Okay. Let's shut our little dude off. Notice we got a nice little spot to park it in here. There we go. Alright, let's grab ye old Volvo. Boy, quite a shake-up from the other kit we've been running to this point. Whoa! Also, a little quicker. Alrighty. There's 2,000 stone. Now I believe this goes to... Does it go to the compost plant? I think this is just a sawmill, isn't it? Or is it? Charcoal and mulch. Yeah, coal and wood chips. Okay. So... Now I could grab that other pile of stone. The problem is... stone is heavy, and I think it would just tip this little loader right up on its snout. See, there's another one there. There's one there at that intersection. Another pile here. So there's lots of this around that we can pick up. There's another one right over there by the crusher thing. Yeah, stones go here. See what I mean about the weight? We're already just a tiny hair away. Alright. Now, I wonder if I drive you under here, will you load into the bucket? Some tips don't, some do. Get you right over the tip point. Boom. A lime. No, I don't want lime. Crushed stone. Compost. Here we go. Okay. It ain't much, but we're going to dump it over here, and that should get our mushrooms working. Okay, that's water. Where do we put the compost? I don't see any other tipping point. This is where the pallets appear. Certainly can't be inside. Well, I don't really see any other point at all. Let's see what happens. I mean, worst, we'll just have to pick it up again, right? Well, it didn't leave a big pile on the floor, so I'm going to assume that that's good. Are you now functioning? You are. Oyster mushrooms running. Nice. Alright. So day one, we got our mushrooms going, we got our compost going. Awesome. Let's go back and grab that other load of stone. As I said, there's a few of these rocks around on the property. The other thing I want to have a look at, since that field over there appears to be completely ready, let's see if there's a contract for it. I mean, we do have a grain harvester, right? So that would be kind of convenient if we could put it to work, making us back the money we spent on our skid steer. And as we only get one day in August, and it could well be gone once tomorrow comes, we should probably check into it pretty quick. There's a whole pile of stone over there. And up and over. Whoa. Up and over it was. Almost 2 up and 2 over. Alright. Let's pop you down here. Now, I'm thinking I might want to put the lumberjack mod in just to check it out. Mainly because if wood chips are a thing, well, every time we cut down a tree, we'd get wood chips, right? So, yeah. Alright, here we go. Farmland 1, baling. Harvesting. Now, apparently, if you accept it, it will actually change to a baling contract. So, let's try that. Okay. Here we go. Look at this big fancy tractor. Alright, it does come with bayonet. Good, good, good. It's quite the bus. Alright, now I think... I'm not sure yet where the roads actually go. Yeah, this one will eventually lead there, so sure. Ooh, quite a bit of a bump moving inside. But, you know, it's the first running of the map. It's got to cache all of its, I don't know, bonds and trading stamps in. But, yeah, this will hopefully be the only episode where that's going to happen. Should be a branch up here. Or maybe this thing will just curve around. Okay, it does. Good. We're going the right way. Ish. I think that's field 1 right over there. Now it had... As you saw, the crop was completely upright and ready to harvest. But I remember in one of Old Man's episodes where he said that if you accept the baling contract, when you get there it'll be baleable. And here you are, it is. So, let's get this done. I know what it's for. Believe me, I know what it's for. Now, I believe J will allow it to auto-spew. What the heck? Oh, okay, it's not on auto spew. Why? Oh, it's Z, not J. There we go. Sorry. There we are. I don't know why I thought it was J. Seemed like a good idea. Okay, we don't need this anymore. There we go. I'm taking a lesson from the AI. This is how you do the corner of the field. Thought I backed up enough, but I guess I was a foot shy. So this will give us about half of our money back, which is nice. Because it is not going to be easy to make money for a bit here, I don't think. Oh, crap. Keep going, keep going. There you go, look at that. I'm so spoiled because I don't know, I guess it must be a mod or something, but generally the thing slows down and stops when it's full. But now I actually have to pay attention, which, well, you know, like a lot of people, it's not my strong suit. Well, this is going to take a while. We're 20% of the way through. Now, there were some other contracts, but they're a ways off, including a harvesting contract. But I think that's like down the other end of the map, which, yeah, I got a feeling that little Massey probably doesn't do much quicker than we're doing right now. So, but we'll see. I mean, we'll eat whatever contracts they're willing to feed us. Since, like I say, making money is not going to be the strong suit here for a little while. Alright, I'll see you at the end of the job. Alrighty, we are heading down the last row. Although at 94%. Better eat a lot of percentage on this. There's nothing else. I haven't missed anything. Oh well, see how it goes. So I'm pretty sure that that thing that the bales unload to in the back that lowers them to the ground, I'm pretty sure that's just a set of leaf springs that have been welded on there. So I mean, look at them. They even look kinda, you know, very similar. But wouldn't surprise me. For some reason, which has always been beyond me, North American automakers, even with their most modern of vehicles are so archaic. You know, they're still using suspension from ox carts that were old news when the Romans built the very first paved roads. You know, and they've got Bluetooth connectivity and iPhone connectivity and all of that stuff, and a giant screen in the middle of the dash that you know, is there so that you can't say a word in private and yet still doesn't understand the concept of adaptive headlights. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't drive a North American vehicle, and that's the reason, you know. It's you pay ridiculous money for basically antique technology without the joy of actually getting an antique vehicle. All right, so that's done. We you do that. We now have a couple extra bucks, $10,334 to collect. Let's do that. Okay. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, we were given a cedar. I don't know if it's actually got any seed in it, but I believe this is the property we own, is it? Ooh, not really. We own the stuff that way, which is basically the lake. This darker outline that takes up most of this square is the lake. So our actual working property is kind of out front of our building here. So that, yeah, between this road, right? Well, it's not quite, but yeah, this is all ours here. Not counting field of one. Yeah. So, here's an old logger's trick. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you better give me a tip. There we go. Yeah, you just followed the tree right on the trigger. And all of a sudden you have 8,195 liters of wood in there, and it's making firewood. Yeah, I could probably drop one or two more of these. Oh, that one definitely. I could pop that across the trigger, my eyes closed. There you are. I just thought we should get that running as well. Now, as for this, I think we can get that going by throwing the wood chips in there from that pile of logos that we did. So let's go do that, and then knowing that we have every facility up and running, I think we could probably call it a good ending point to episode 1 of the Seven Species Homestead. I wonder where he ever got that name. Couldn't be from somebody that was bugging him for years to make a homestead and oh, that's the tree we just cut. You go, what's that? Did he leave us some kind of Easter egg? No. There we are. The pile of wood chips. Whoa, that filled up in a hurry. Nice. Actually get a couple of bucket loads. Forward. Couple of bucket loads. I think this thing takes wood chips. Pretty sure the compost does. So, I mean, it doesn't really make sense that it would take wood chips, but it's making mulch. So yeah, brown mulch. I take it that, okay, that's the coal one. Oh, they both require coal and wood chips. I see. Okie donkey diggy dog. So, there we are. And as for coal, I think we need our little spiky guy. Spiky guy. There you are. Again, not having been given a pickaxe, or necessarily plant fiber to tie a rock and a stick together, which we've done many times. Yeah. Looks like pickaxe is out of the question. This is sort of the next thing I can think of. So let's see if this actually works. No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright, no problem. Just wanted to check. Oh, I guess we can turn it off now. We know it's not really doing anything. So, is it a matter of just scooping it? I mean, it might be. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've run a map that had any kind of mining stuff on it. And there's always the off chance that old man being old man has made this some odd way of doing things. But no, there we go. That's all there is to it. And wah. Alright, well, be greedy or not, that seems to be what she takes. And we'll let her grain sitting on the ground. There we go. Alright, that facility should now also be running. Let's go have a little looky. Yeah. It is producing charcoal. Cool. So there we go, guys. That's going to be our first look. Oh, there goes some crows or geese or some flying thing. Could be dragons. Don't know. But and with that, he reaches out and slaps the dragon on his desk. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll see if I can find a link and include it in the description. If not, there is a link to Old Man's channel in the description. There always has been. I'm sure if you go there, you can get a link to the map. So, there you go. The 7 Species Homestead map. Hope you enjoyed. I wonder what mountain that is. Looks familiar. Mount Fuji? Alright, take care of each other, folks. Ciao for now.